Hey, Jacob here from Firebrand, Astrology, Tarot and Healing. I hope you're well. This is a reading for the week of the 10th of October through to Sunday the 16th of October 2016. So at the moment we have a couple of big squares going on. The Sun square Pluto and the Saturn square Neptune. And Mars is also kind of beginning to get into the square with the Sun as well. Intense. Squares are intense. It's like a feeling of being boxed in, basically. So you need to refer to where sort of 17 degrees of Libra and Capricorn are in your chart, and also where 12 degrees of Sagittarius and 12 degrees, 13, 14 degrees of Pisces are in your chart. Okay, so we have at the moment these squares going on. Okay, so this is with Pluto, it's your transformation, where you're transforming on a deeper self, and with the Sun, it's all about your identity and who you are. Okay, so on Monday, we have the Sun square Pluto. This goes on for about 4 days. So up until about Thursday, we have the Sun squaring Pluto, and we have Neptune squaring Saturn. Okay, we have Mars, the Pluto trining the North Node. So this is all karmic and for a higher self and part of a bigger journey and all of that. But a lot of us are getting really fucking bored of hearing this, and kind of with Mars being in Capricorn, there's a lot of frustration involved. There's a lot of kind of frustration of what's happening, where our lives are going, all that kind of thing, With the moon being in Aquarius on Monday, we're wanting to emotionally detach from all of this, and it would be a good idea to emotionally detach for a few days, because things have been so intense for so many people for so long. We need a break. Our emotions need a break. We kind of, that kind of nervous breakdown phase. I would imagine a lot of people are feeling that way. We have Mercury conjuncting Jupiter Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So our thoughts and our communication on whatever we're thinking and communicating will be expanded for those 3 days. So it's why it's a good idea to emotionally detach, because when the moon trines the Libra energy on Tuesday, our emotions will get into this. We need to emotionally detach in order for our thoughts to be productive and be thinking resourceful thoughts. Venus is quincunxing Uranus, or Venus in Scorpio is quincunxing Uranus in Aries, so there's again a degree of antagonism there, Scorpio's deep insensitivity, and Uranus is all about kind of innovation, and in Aries it's all about a kind of sense of self. So we've got all of that going on. On Wednesday, the moon will move into Pisces. So yes, you can guess where we're heading when the moon is in Aries. Full moon. Yes, full moon time. And we have the Sun at 19 degrees of Libra on Wednesday. So it's beginning to move into the third decan of Libra, and Mercury is catching up with the Sun now. So Venus is ahead and Mercury is catching up. So this means that our thoughts are beginning to catch up after the Mercury retrograde period. We have still the square energy, Saturn square the South Node, and Neptune's ongoing for quite a while. I was looking at the Jupiter transit because I'm going to do a Jupiter through the signs video at some point soon, and there's going to be a lot of squares of Jupiter and Pluto and stuff like that coming up, which would be interesting. On Thursday the 13th, the Moon is in Pisces. It's going to briefly sextile Mars and Pluto in Capricorn. It's obviously going to oppose the North Node in Virgo. So again, the reality of the situation will be apparent, and our emotions will probably not be very happy about that. Our feelings won't be very happy about that. We have Pluto now 15 degrees of Capricorn because it's moving forwards. And if you've got anything at 15 degrees of the cardinal sign, this will be square or opposing whatever planet is there, and that will be quite difficult work. On Friday the 14th, the Moon is moving into Aries, and we have Mercury sextiling Saturn in Sagittarius. So we're probably going to begin to be able to talk about our beliefs and our feelings and what we believe and stuff like that, which will be a good thing. On Saturday the 15th, 22 degrees of Libra, 22 degrees of Aries is where we have the full moon. So the Sun is going to oppose the Moon, and Uranus is going to be involved because Uranus is at 22 degrees as well. And also we have kind of Pluto almost kind of just out of square, but probably close enough to cause a little bit of tension there. So whatever you have at 22 degrees will be affected. So whatever planets you have at 22 degrees in your chart will be affected, and those houses will be affected by what's going on. And obviously it's a full moon, so it's a good time to do those intentions of what you want to end and finish, and what you want not to be in your life anymore. On Sunday, the Moon kind of stays in Aries for most of Sunday. In America, it will be moving into Taurus towards the end of your day. So we have then kind of perhaps beginning to feel a little bit emotionally stubborn and kind of stuck. So I'm going to pull an Archangel Michael card today. I think we could do with help from the angels. Energy healing work. Okay, so it says, thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and for all those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and highly integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. Now, this is important, okay? We really need to make sure that we're connecting to the right people. And with social media, people on social media, if you're sharing what's going on for you, have their own agendas and their own egos in place about what they feel is right for you. And sometimes what you can do is you can get conflicting information and conflicting advice. and half the time this advice is based on that person's ego, that person's unconscious bias of you, and isn't right for you. So you really need to be making sure that whatever healing you're doing and whatever work you're doing, whatever healing energies you're kind of bringing in, to make sure that they're the right ones for you, and to kind of give gratitude for that as well, you know? Right, 3 cards. Two of Swords. I think my sense is where we're at the moment, that a lot of people are at a crossroads in their lives. Do we carry on in the direction that we're going? Do we carry on with the healing work, with service, with what we're doing to raise the consciousness of the planet, the vibration of the planet? Or do we cut our losses, because swords cut? Or do we cut our losses and just give up and go back to the old ways, you know? Now, the 5 of Cups. Now, the reason we are at that stage is because we have lost, many of us have lost lots in our lives. You know, lost of our old sense of identity, our old sense of ego, with Uranus being in Aries, with Pluto energy, the transformation that's been taking place. We've lost friendships, perhaps relationships, jobs, you know, many things, okay? And we're mourning the loss of those. But there's 2 cups that are still upright, and we need to focus on the fact that 2 cups are still upright, and that we can, you know, put those cups right. The other 3 cups right, basically, when we can, when we got the feeling that's right to do that. Okay, so you know, the reason we're at the crossroads is because we're mourning losses in our life, and we're not sure if it's worth continuing on the journey, you know. And here we have the Lovers. Okay, so this is the Gemini card. It's the duality of life, light and dark. Okay. Now, I'm not wanting to scare people, but there's a lot of fucking dark energy in the world at the moment. There's a huge amount of dark energy, and there is light energy around, and the dark energy is very much present, very much prevalent with what's going on in the world, and the way that people are manipulating things to make us feel scared and stuff like that. But there's also lots of, when the portals open, both light and dark get through. It's as simple as that, you know. It's a balance of the universe. Okay, so we really need to be thinking of Archangel Michael and the archangels and calling in for their help as much as we possibly can to protect ourselves from the dark energies and the dark entities who are wanting to fuck with us, basically. So when we look back to the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, it's the dark energies and entities are in our ear, kind of trying to unbalance us and undo the work that we're doing. So we really need to balance it out where we can with the healing work that we're doing, and whatever works for you to shut that voice down, or those voices down, you need to be doing. All right, thank you.